All right, hello. So this is how you're going to create your Wheel of Theodorus. We're going to start with the right angle, the right triangle. You should have one of these. Try to keep it good. Try to keep it nice and neat. And if you start in the wrong spot, your spiral is going to go off the page. So I'm going to try to have you approximate it a little bit. Maybe get your ruler. Try to imagine that you're in this bottom left corner. You're going to go over about 5 inches. It doesn't have to be perfect. And then from there, go up about 4 roughly. And then you're going to put a point. Just draw a little point. That's a decent starting point. It's about over 5, up 4. Okay? Now, when you start, you're going to start with a triangle in this position. Just do it. Okay? There we go. And then try to, it doesn't have to be perfect, but try to be very precise, okay? Start with the triangle that way. You're going to put some pressure on it, and then just trace it. And I am going to highly suggest 2 things. 1, use a pencil. Thanks, Gabriel, for loaning this to me. And 2, be precise. So try to be very neat. The neater you are, the nicer it looks. If you want it to turn out like garbage, don't be very neat. All right? All right. This is mine. Mine is... Oh, see? That's fancy. You want to see not fancy? How about this? Oh. Or how about this? Oh, that's it. All right, so put some pressure on the triangle. Maybe use the tip of your finger. And you're going to... You're going to lightly press down. I messed up. The corner came up. So I'm going to erase that mark. I can do it later. And then you're tracing the triangle. It doesn't have to be hard. It's moving. I'm out of practice. Anyway, try to do your best. I'm not impressed with this. Firm pressure. Voila. And then luckily I used a pencil, so I can go in here and clean up some of this mess. And I guess, when you go back over it, you could go over it with a black marker or something too if you want to make it look pretty nice. So there you go. I'm not too impressed. But I'm going to go back through later and do the outlines in black. So maybe that'll help. All right, so there you go. There's your first triangle. Now, you're going to repeat this every single time. Are you ready? You're going to get your triangle, the right angle. You're going to put it out there right on the edge. And you got to be precise about this. At least do the exact same thing every time. So make sure this edge of the triangle is lined up to that. Make sure it's right there at the edge. And then what you're going to do is press down on it. And you're tracing the leg. Oh, gosh. I'm going to do this over. That looks horrible. Anyway, I should do mine over. You're probably doing fine, so don't worry about doing yours over. But again. Firm pressure. Okay? Then, so you've got that. Imagine this is your right angle. You don't have to draw it. Don't draw it. But just imagine it's there. Now you're going to get your ruler, and everything is always going to connect to this point right here. So... voila, there you go. And you notice it's increasing. This is 1, that is 1. So what is this length here? Well, watch. 1 squared, don't do this on yours, plus 1 squared equals c squared. 1 plus 1 equals c squared. 2 equals c squared. Square root of 2 is c. So this, square root of 2. The hypotenuse is. All right, then you're going to do the next thing. Next thing is the exact same thing again. You're going to get the right triangle. You can take the right angle. The right angle is going to come out to here. You're going to line this up with the hypotenuse, and you're going to do the exact same thing. You're going to trace the outer edge. You're going to push down on that. Push so there's pressure. Be precise. Copy. Okay? And then again, same thing. You're going to connect this to that point. And the more accurate you are, the nicer it'll look. But I'm nervous because I have an audience. There we go. Nice. See? I'm going to keep going. Going to do the same thing again. You're going to place the right angle up there on the edge. Going to trace it. There we go. And look. Gonna do it again. Gonna take this, gonna connect it to there. And the spiral begins. See? Look at voila. I'll show you the math behind this later. Okay? And again, the exact same thing again. Do it the same way every time. Okay? Thanks. Now, I'm going to take this edge, connect it to that point. Again. Be careful. Be neat. Keep going. Keep going with the pattern. Don't get sloppy. There you go. Look at that. It is now beginning to appear. The spiral, the pattern. Trying to be neat. Making sure I got it all lined up. Oops. It's getting a little lazy on my end. I gotta make sure it's neat. There we go. There we go. I traced it. Right angle. Take that. Gonna connect it with the point. Oh, look at this is straight across. Look at that. Golly. And that's it. Just keep going. All right, so this is not my best work in the world ever, but it'll get you the idea, okay? I had to change pencils, and then it kind of threw off a line. These aren't connected perfectly around there, but I've done better work. I do need to point this out to you, though. This is where you're going to run into your next issue, I guess. So you're trying to be consistent as you copy. You started over about 5. Was that? Is it about right? Over. So you started over about 5 and up around 4 or so. Could have even started up around 5. But anyway, so here we are. You keep drawing, extending. Now, here's the next thing that you need to watch out for. Your next time you trace this, you're going to trace it, and then you're going to connect it to here, but you might run into this triangle here. So let me show you what I want for you to do. In order for this to look three-dimensional and look like a spiral, there has to be some depth, and I'll show you what I mean by that. So I'm tracing. Now, again, I've been doing this 15 times or so. Look, now I'm going to connect this to that point. Actually, this one fits perfectly. Great. All right, so let me show you the next one. The next one is where you got to watch out, I guess. So that goes there. I'm going to draw the next one. I'm running into these numbers. That's okay. You don't have numbers on yours. Trying to be neat. Now, look. If I connect this one to the point and I just draw it straight through, I'm going to run over this triangle. And that's not going to give it that depth that I want. I want this to seem like it's on top and these are spiraling below. So what are you going to do? Well, you know what you're going to do, but I'll show you what you're going to do. For all of these now, you're going to pretend you're connecting this corner to the point, but when you get to the triangle, you're just going to stop. Draw, stop, and then look. There you go. All right, I'm going to do it again, just to give you the idea. Do not draw through this very first triangle. It's off limits. All right, got that. Now, here we go. Connect this. Pretend you're going to connect it to the point. Like you're going to, but you're not. You're going to pretend, go, and then stop. See? That way you're not cutting through this triangle. That way it gets kind of an appearance of depth, that this is overlapping that, and that's it. That's all you need to worry about. Okay? So as you keep doing this, you need to keep avoiding cutting through this very first triangle. And again, line it up with this dot, draw, and then stop. Okay? So I wanted to point that out to you so you didn't draw a bunch of lines through that triangle, ruining the spiral effect. All right, enjoy.